America, my name is Ron Williams from the NBC News. Today we'll be talking about the Vernonia School District versus Acton case. Vernonia School District is forcing drug tests on athletes. This is a violation of the Fourth Amendment. But first, let's go to Ali Williams with the weather.
It's raining sideways!
Now over to Cy in Vernonia High School District.
Swanson from Vernonia, Oregon, and I'm here with the varsity athlete. And what sport do you play?
I play varsity football.
Do you have any previous record of using any drugs?
No, sir, I do not have any previous record of drugs.
Do you think taking a drug test was violating your rights?
Yes, because why should we take a drug test when, me personally, I never take them, and we have not had one issue all year about drugs.
So Cy, tell us exactly what's happening in Vernonia.
Well, an official investigation led to the discovery that many high school students were participating in illicit drug use. School officials were then worried that it increases the risk of sports-related injuries, which made them agree to adopt the student-athlete drug policy, which authorizes random urinary samples during testing of a school athlete.
James Acton, a student, was denied participation in his football program when he and his parents refused to consent to the testing.
In response, the school district offered special classes, speakers, and presentations to students intended to deter drug use. It brought specially trained dogs to deter drugs also. The protocol of the random drug testing program the district initiated was straightforward. All athletes would be required to submit to the program as a condition of participating in sports. All athletes were tested at the beginning of the season, and 10% of athletes were selected each week and tested randomly. The samples were collected in a manner that also preserved their modesty. If a student's sample tested positive, the student would be given the option of whether either undergoing counseling or submitting to the weekly drug test or sitting out the remainder of the season as well as the following season. Now, Ron, can you please explain the Fourth Amendment?
Yes, the Fourth Amendment is the right of the people to secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures. Shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath for affirmation and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized.
Now, is a suspicion a real reason to search these students for drugs?
To me, yes, but I'm going to have to see what the Supreme Court decides. We just got a decision from the Supreme Court.
The final decision was 6 votes for Vernonia School District and 3 votes for Acton. Justices Rehnquist, Scalia, Kennedy, Thomas, Ginsburg, and Breyer voted for Vernonia High School District, while Justices Stevens, O'Connor, and Scouter voted for Acton.
The test was reasonable because it was for the legitimate interests of the students. Since these students are still on school grounds, they are under school and state supervision, which allows them to take care of the students.
Privacy concerns are negligible since the collection is similar to public bathrooms, and the results are viewed by a limited amount of authorities. The governmental concern over minorities completely overrides any cases against the drug test.